is night 4 of the reading rush, and I haven't read shit today. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and I just got home at about 9:30 at night, and I was at work since like 10 this morning, so it was a very long day. I just made a quick dinner and hung out with my sister for about an hour, and now I am ready to read. And I think I'm gonna try and attempt to finish the Flatshare tonight. I mean, I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to, because yesterday it took me so long just to get 140 pages into it, and I still have and this book is 325 pages long, so I have about 180 pages. I'm gonna try and do my best and get through this tonight. And I do have work, but I don't work until 12, so I can stay up maybe a little bit later than I normally would. But yeah, so the goal for tonight is gonna be to finish this book and hopefully enjoy it more than I am currently. This book is okay so far. I'm just not really connecting to it the way that I want to. Oh, this is why I'm so glad I didn't decide to do daily vlogs, because today's daily vlog would have been 2 minutes long, because how do you daily vlog when you work all day? I don't just work 40 hours, I work 10 or 11 hour shifts, so it's I'm literally just at work all day, and by the time I get home I'm ready for bed, and I might read a little bit, but that's it. Good morning. It is day 5 of the reading rush, and last night I finished my read of the Flatshare. I feel like this is becoming the readathon of me having very unpopular opinions about very hyped books. I didn't really enjoy this one either, and it makes me sad because I really genuinely thought that I would really love this book and Fix Her Up, and they both ended up being 2-star books for me. I don't know what the hell is going on this week. This book, I knew I should have taken caution going into this when the blurb said the new JoJo Moyes, because I'm not really a big fan of JoJo Moyes, but I just decided to go into this with blind optimism. These two main characters to me were so dull and so boring to read about. The premise of this book is really cool, the fact that they've never met each other and they're going to be sharing the same apartment and bed, but that's where this book stops being interesting, basically, because then these two characters spend the entire first half of this book is them bitching about their exes and not being able to get over their exes and just constantly talking about their exes the whole time. Leon's chapters are written in such a strange way. It was so jarring to go back and forth from Tiffy's regular point of view chapters and then into Leon's weird clunky writing chapters with no dialogue. Well, there's dialogue, but there's no quotes around the dialogue, and it's just a very strange choice of writing style. I don't know why the author thought it was necessary to write his sections that way, but it was very ugh. And because of that writing style, I think I just never really connected with Leon's character. I just found him to be very dull and boring, and I don't know, I guess this book just did feel very JoJo Moyes to me, and it was just not really my thing. So this is one of those books though where I honestly don't really understand the hype. I don't understand what is it that people like so much about this, because do they like the characters, do they like the romance? I don't know, I just found it all to be a little bit underwhelming, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. This readathon is making me read a lot of books I really thought I would enjoy, and then I end up not enjoying it. That sucks. But this book completed the challenge for reading an author's debut novel, and now I know that I probably won't read anything else from this author. So the next book that I want to read for my 5th book for this readathon is Good Me Bad Me by Ali Land. This one is a thriller, so it's going to be a very great and much needed change of pace from everything else that I've been reading. And this one is completing the challenge for a book that I meant to read last year, because this has been on my TBR for quite some time. I'm going to be taking this to work with me today because I work another double today. I work from 12 to close, and hopefully, because I'm taking it to work with me, I will be able to read while I'm on my break at work today, because I don't think I'm going to be able to read at all today if I don't, because right after work tonight, me and some of my coworkers are going to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because Quentin Tarantino is God. I'm going straight to the movies right after work, and then that movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. It's almost 3 hours long, so I'm not even going to get home until 1 in the morning. and then I'm not going to be reading when I get home. So hopefully I can read some of this while I'm on break today. Sorry because of that. This vlog today is probably not going to be very interesting. So just got home from a very long day at work. It was pretty busy, and now we're gonna go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with like the whole crew, because we were like, this is Quentin Tarantino, this is a big deal, and it's gonna be amazing, and I love Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie so much, and it's just gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Yeah. Not in focus at all. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I like your braids.
Thank you.
They look so fetch. Good morning. It is day 6 of the reading rush, and last night was a pretty late night. We didn't get home from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood until like, I want to say around 1 in the morning, or maybe a little bit after that. It was a pretty late night, and oh my gosh, about that movie, like, wow, that movie was a lot. I feel kind of bad for some of my coworkers and friends that went that have never like seen a Quentin Tarantino movie before, because I feel like they didn't really know what to expect going into it. But to me, that movie felt like 100% Quentin Tarantino to me, like especially the ending. I really loved the movie, but I definitely did have some issues with it as well. Like, I feel like Sharon Tate's character was completely underused, and like they could have used her a lot more. But Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio gave some of like my favorite performances that I've seen so far this year. Like, they're always so good, but like Leo is always so good. Like, he's just so entertaining to watch for me. I feel like the story just didn't have any real meat to it. It was just like a really entertaining kind of movie to watch, but I feel like there was no exact plot of the movie, which I guess is what kind of like made me struggle to get into it. And I feel like this movie definitely could have been cut down, because like I definitely felt that 2 hour and 45 minute runtime of this movie. Like, this movie was a long one. Brad Pitt is so freaking great in this movie, and especially in the last like 20 minutes, like he really shines, and he was so funny. I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great time. And I can just call it right now that that movie is going to get Oscar nominations for set design, especially, maybe cinematography, and maybe one for Leo, if they're feeling generous, Best Actor. Anyways, so yesterday while I was on my break, I did start Good Me, Bad Me, and I only got like 16 pages into it, and I'm just like not really feeling it for whatever reason. Like, I had an hour of time to read yesterday, and I only managed to read 16 pages because I was just like so distracted, and I just couldn't really get into it. So like, I'm not sure if that's like the book I want to read. Like, thinking about reading it right now is making me like, like not really want to read. So I might like search through my shelves and find something else that I meant to read last year that I can do for this challenge instead. But first, I think I need to eat some food and watch some booktubeathon or reading rush vlogs so that I can get into the mood, because I haven't watched any since Wednesday, and there are just so many to watch. Like, there's so many to watch. So I think I'm gonna get some food, probably another acai bowl, not gonna lie, because I'm a bitch for that now. Hello again. So it's about 1:40 in the afternoon now, and I once again tried to get back into Good Me, Bad Me. I'm just not feeling this book. I'm only like 25 pages into it, and I keep getting distracted and like not wanting to read this. And I think I realized too about this is I'm not a huge fan of the way this is written. It's just very like choppy, and it uses a lot of like one-word sentences, which is kind of annoying. I don't know, I'm just not really feeling it right now, and I'm not really feeling like reading right now, period. And it sucks because I think the only challenge that I have left for this readathon is to read a book you meant to read last year. all the books on my current TBR that I'm really excited to get to are all 2019 releases. Even if I was in the mood to read right now, the only books I would want to read right now are all of my 2019 releases that I really want to get to. So it's like, what the heck? And oh my gosh, just watching some people's vlogs, like I feel like everyone is hitting a wall by day 6, you know? Like, oh my gosh, I was hitting a wall by like day 5, but if I do only end up reading 4 books for this readathon, then I will be very happy with that. And I'm very sorry that this half of the reading vlogs are very underwhelming because there's not a lot of reading happening, and I'm just gonna catch up on Euphoria, which is a new favorite show of mine. I've only seen the first 3 episodes and now there's 6. So before I go to work, I'm just gonna catch up on Euphoria this afternoon because that show is really good and I really want to watch it, and I don't want to read right now. I just want to watch Euphoria, so that's what we're gonna do.
Shy Guy 118. Name is Tyler.
So I just noticed on the Reading Rush Twitter, like the Sprint Twitter account that they have, Kayla over from Books and Lala just did this like book scavenger hunt challenge thing over on the Twitter. And so it was a couple of hours ago now, but I just decided like why not do it, because you know I wanted to participate in at least one of the Reading Rush activities or daily challenges or whatever, and this one sounded the most interesting to me so far. So I'm going to attempt to do this book bingo scavenger hunt thing, and I'll record it and we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I have enough books to fit all the challenges. So let's do this. Getting ready to leave for work, and today is gonna be like the first day that I'm wearing shorts to work, like ever. Which I know is so stupid, but I'm like kind of like insecure about my legs. Like I don't know why, I just don't really like having my legs exposed in a workplace. Which I know is so dumb and so random, but these are like really cute mom jeans. They're like mom shorts or whatever they're called. And so I think I'm just gonna wear these to work tonight. Hello again. It's about 10:50 at night right now. I just got home from a long afternoon at work, and I just made myself a quick dinner, and now I am ready to read, I guess. I am not feeling good me bad me for some reason. I've only gotten 23 pages into this and I'm like bored out of my mind. So I'm gonna set this one aside because it's honestly making me not want to read right now, and it's kind of putting me in this like slumpy mood. If I switch around one of the other books for a different challenge, then I can read something that's on my really highly anticipated, a book I actually really want to read right now. So I think I'm gonna jump into Things You Save in a Fire, because this was going to be the book that I read for the challenge, a book with 5 or more words in the title, but then I ended up reading We Should All Be Feminists for that title, or for that challenge instead. And so now I'm thinking I'll just use the book We Should All Be Feminists for my challenge for a book I should have read last year, because that one has been on my TBR for years. And so I thought, why not just use that one for that challenge and then use this one for the read a book with 5 words in the title, so that it counts towards something, you know. And this would be my 5th book read for the Reading Rush. And this one is like a reasonable length. It's only like just a little bit over 300 pages. I'm gonna read for like 2 hours tonight, and then I don't have work tomorrow until the afternoon at 4. So like I'm pretty sure I could bust this out within the next 24 hours. Like, and if not, this is on my August TBR anyways, so like I just really want to read this right now. Okay, I have high hopes that I'm gonna love this one. Fingers crossed. Let the reading games begin. Good morning. It is day 7. It is the last day of the Reading Rush. Last night I got 140 pages into Things You Save in a Fire, and I am really enjoying this so far, and I only have about 170 pages left. So like I'm really excited because I think I can definitely bust this out before I go to work at 4 tonight because it's only about like 11 right now. So like, I'm really excited. I'm probably gonna be able to finish this and then I'll have read 5 books. I really wanted to participate in some of like the daily challenges and stuff for like daily vlog challenges and then daily Instagram challenges, but I feel like some of them are so challenging and so time consuming that it's like if you're working full time and doing this readathon, you have to like pick whether or not you're gonna dedicate time for reading or dedicate time to the challenges, or like I don't even know. It's crazy. Like today's challenge on Instagram for the final day is to recreate a book cover, and like I have so many ideas for it, but like they would all be so time consuming, and like since I go to work in a few hours, I want to finish busting out my 5th book this afternoon, you know what I mean? Like, but I did see that the video challenge for today's last day of the readathon is to tell your best memory of a book recommendation. Like, what's the best book recommendation you've ever received? And so I thought I would do that, but to be completely honest, I've discovered all of my own all-time favorite books on my own. I went out to the store when We Are the Ants first came out, and I bought it myself just because it sounded interesting. And like The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo I read because I was already a fan of Taylor Jenkins Reid, and like A Little Life is something that I went out and got on my own. You know, like most of my favorite books of all time, I found them on my own. Like I just saw them and thought they sounded interesting and read them. The only book that I can think of that I got recommended by another booktuber was Emily Fox. I watched her one video talking about The Humans by Matt Haig, and that encouraged me to pick up the book The Humans, and now that book is one of my favorite books of all time. Like it was my #1 favorite book of 2018. It wasn't like a personal recommendation to me, but like I watched her video recommending it and then I read it, and it's one of my all-time favorite books now, so I guess that would be my best recommendation from someone, even though it wasn't a direct recommendation for me. I love that book so much and I'm so happy I read it. And before I start reading, I wanted to go to Starbucks because we don't have any breakfast food here that sounds appealing right now, and so I want to get a bagel at Starbucks, but I also wanted to like try a different drink because I've been kind of like inspired by Kayla's vlogs this whole week. She's been trying a different Starbucks drink in every daily vlog, and I thought that looked so fun. And I've also been wanting to kind of like branch out my tastes a little bit because I order the same thing at Starbucks every day too. My go-to drink is an iced cinnamon almond milk macchiato. It is the goddamn best thing in the world. But I've seen a lot of people saying that chai lattes are like their favorite drinks, and I've never had one. But I'm not a huge fan of like iced tea, so I don't know if I would like this, but I think I'm just gonna try it. We're just gonna go for it. I'm back. I got my bagel. I got my iced chai latte, which I haven't tried yet because I'm scared. This is a really pretty drink. I really like this color. It looks very light. I'm honestly so afraid to sip this right now because I have no idea what to expect flavor-wise, and I feel like I'm not gonna like it for some reason, but it looks light enough that it's not too bitter that I might like it. Here goes nothing. Oh my gosh. That is so good. That's like really sweet, like way sweeter than I was expecting. Okay. Wow, I like this drink. Who knew? They probably obviously serve these hot, right? Because I bet this is really good if it's like hot, especially on a cold day. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. I learned so many new things about myself during this reading vlog this week. And that is that I love acai bowls apparently, and I like chai tea lattes. Who knew? I'm gonna go sit on the patio, drink my drink, eat my bagel, and try to finish my book. It is just before 2 o'clock. It's 1:57, and I literally just finished reading Things You Save in Fire by Catherine Center. This is the first book that I've ever read from this author. The ending of this definitely got a little bit Nicholas Sparks formula, in my opinion, and it got a little bit too, like, I don't know, like the ending of it got a little too cliche and just like happily ever after for me, but I still really thought that this was an interesting story. I liked reading it. I didn't know what this book is about. It follows this female firefighter who is living in Texas and her mom lives in Boston. She finds out that her mom has like this issue with her eyes and she like needs her to move with her to Boston for a year. And so she picks everything up from Texas and moves to Boston. She receives a lot of sexism from this new fire department that she's working at because all the guys there are just very like old-fashioned and very sexist, and like even the captain is like ridiculously sexist. And then it's kind of about her beginning this romance with the other rookie at this new fire station. So she's an experienced firefighter that just moved over, so she's like one of the newbies at the station, but then the rookie also just got hired and this is like his first time being a firefighter, and he's like the only one that treats her with fucking respect. And I mean, I liked this book, but like for me personally, it was really hard to read about the sexism that she was receiving from all these guys at the fire station, and it was really annoying the way she kept having to prove herself to these guys just because she's a woman and they don't think she could possibly like be a good firefighter. So I mean, that was really like hard to read about for me throughout this book just because I'm so like, ugh. So I mean, I don't know, I feel like I would give this book maybe like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite thing ever. I do appreciate, though, reading about a female firefighter character because I do feel like that's something rare, that's something you don't see every day. And even though this book did have this typical Nicholas Sparks formula towards the end, you know, like the sick parent and the like kind of insta-love vibes, it did have a very, very strong woman female character, which I enjoyed because that's not usually the case in a lot of Nicholas Sparks novels. I enjoyed that this book was more like the girl saves the guy, you know, it's like it goes against that typical gender trope thing. So I enjoyed seeing that aspect of it, and I did enjoy the main female character even though some of her decisions and some of her behaviors kind of like irked me a little bit, but she's freaking strong for dealing with all of those fucking men that are so sexist, and I honestly don't know how she does it because I would not fucking tolerate that at all. This is my 5th book done for the reading rush, guys. Woo! I'm so excited that I was actually able to finish this within 24 hours. Like, that is exciting. So because I do have to go to work in about 2 hours, I wanted to wrap up this vlog here and give you a quick wrap up on what I've read. So the first book I read this week was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This was a reread for me, and this book completed the challenge for reading and watching a book-to-movie adaptation, which I just realized I never watched A Monster Calls. I guess it didn't complete that challenge, which is unfortunate. God damn it. Well, either way, this one also completed the challenge for reading a book with a non-human main character because the monster, the tree, is a non-human main character, and it completed the challenge for reading an entire book in the same spot because I read this all while laying in bed one morning. And this was a 5-star read for me, but this was a reread, so I was expecting this 5 stars. It was freaking great. It was so good. The second book I read for this readathon was We Should All Be Feminists by Adichie, and this was a very short audiobook that I listened to, and this completed the challenge for reading a book with 5 or more words in the title and reading a book that I meant to read last year. And this was also a 5-star book for me. I mean, it was just so feminist and so inspiring, and it just made me feel all of the things. Next book I read for this readathon was Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This book I ended up giving only 2 stars to, and it was not really my jam. This one completed the challenge for reading a book with purple on the cover. Next book I read was The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary, and this one completed the challenge for reading an author's debut novel. And this one was also not my jam, and by reading these 2 books this week, I feel like I've just proved the fact that I have really unpopular opinions and that I tend to dislike books that are like super popular. Alright, and then the last book I just finished is Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Center, and I'm counting this one as completing the challenge for reading a book with 5 or more words in the title, which I guess I completed this challenge twice. And I think I'm gonna end up giving this one like 3.5 or 4 stars. I just have to think about it more. I'm really excited about my reading progress this week and how much I was able to read. I mean, I know We Should All Be Feminists is like literally the shortest audiobook. It only took me about like an hour to get through that, or probably even less, so that's awesome. But then I also am just happy that I actually managed to read 4 books. I mean, I know this one's technically half graphic novel and half story, so I was able to fly through this book in like an hour or 2 also. But then I did manage to read 3 full-length novels, so I read 9 books before I started the reading rush for this month, and then I read 5 books this week. So this is my 14th book of this month. Like, holy shit, that is so crazy. My July wrap-up is gonna be hefty, and I'm also currently listening to 2 audiobooks right now while I've been driving to work this whole week. I've been listening to Supermarket by Bobby Hall, and it's like the fucking worst book ever. Like, it's such trash, and I'm probably gonna DNF it, to be honest. And then I'm also listening to The Bookish Life of Nina Hill, which is this book here, and it's cute so far. I'm like 3 hours-ish into it, so we'll see if I can finish either of those before the end of the month. But my July wrap-up is gonna be the best of this whole year. Like, I've never read more than 13 books in a month before, so this is exciting. Yeah, I'm just really happy that I participated in the reading rush. I mean, I have participated in the booktubeathon every year for these last like 4 or 5 years, and it's always really fun, but I especially loved this year how a lot of the hosts did the Instagram live shows, and it was like little read-ins where you can just like read together. I thought that was really cute, and it was actually like very motivating for me to read. And of course, like, it was really fun watching everyone's daily vlogs. Like, I honestly don't know how everyone does it. Like, that's freaking amazing. Like, go you. Like, for me personally, like, working 40 hours in the week and trying to daily vlog is just nearly impossible. Like, I wouldn't have been able to read anything because I would have spent so much time editing and taking more footage than I normally would have, and it just would have been chaos. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys very soon with my July wrap-up. And let me know how you did during this reading rush. Did you participate? How many books were you able to read? Let me know all the deets in the comments and we can chat about it. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.